try to call back in. And then all the ones that want to talk shit about me won't even come in. They tell me to scope, and they don't even bother to come in. Yeah, here you go. I never meant to do it
I know, I
malicious.
know. But I think, do you know how, like, before, like when you said, when you were just in your other scope, like before you restarted, you said, I'm not a drunk. Like, it made you feel a certain way because, like, Mock had said that. Like, I think that's how Churchy feels, but with like 400 of the people in the room that are saying those kind of things. Are like, because she said something in Mock's beam about, like, people are always asking her, did you shit yourself? Did you bathe? Did you this? Did you that? Like, and having all that going through her head on top of, like, trying to just make it in the world is a lot for her. And so, like, I think that you get it, like what my
She's
point is trying to be,
overwhelmed.
like, how could, like, Mock judge you without knowing you, um or how could any of us judge each other? We don't really know each other. We just know a glimpse of what the other one shows, right? And I think that's where a lot of times, like, this app goes wrong, and it would just be like, why can't we just observe what each other, how each other lives their lives, instead of trying to dictate what happens?
I
But
wasn't
it's easy to
trying to.
get swept up because our emotions get involved. When your emotions get involved, that happens. It's a normal human thing. And oftentimes our emotions cause us to overstep boundaries and cross the line and react in different ways that we wouldn't. But the good thing is, you know, what I think that your intent was good. Like, I do, because I heard you whenever you were in Mikey Punk's room earlier, and I felt like you were truly concerned about her welfare. I don't
I
think
took
that you
it too
were
far.
malicious about it. I just want you to know that. But that's my observation. There could be somebody else with a whole different one from their perspective, and that's what's hard on here, because we're all just looking at each other through, like, a lens. But don't beat yourself up over it. I've seen
It's
people
not
do.
that I wasn't being malicious.
I didn't
I'm
think you were either. I didn't
watching
see.
her go through hell, and there's so many people in a room ripping her apart, and she can't make her own decisions. And I have an aunt and a nephew in an assisted living thing, and it's a wonderful experience. And I
Mhm.
thought if I could get her to that point, because nobody else is doing anything but giving her money or calling her names.
But she does have, like a small army of ladies that have been there with her, like Sophie and, I forget the other girl's name, Mandy, I think, and they've tried all of these things for her. And Spree, they've all done what they could, and she's just not cooperative.
Okay, well, when's enough enough? When she kills herself on accident, or when she gets a blood clot that goes to her brain? When
We
is
can't
it?
control those things. That's her life. That's her life. That's her life and her decisions to do and roam about the world as she wishes, and whatever happens or comes her way is what happens. We can't control those things, even in ourselves, let alone a stranger that we've never met on the other side of the country, or on the other side of the world, or on an app. We can't control. And I think whenever you allow yourself to release that responsibility, you'll have such a more calmer experience with this app. Honestly, like, because you can get really tied up in, but we can't control that in ourselves. Like, I could walk outside and slip on the pavement and hit my head because it's icy out and die. Taking my dog out to feed. We just never know what's going to happen. But I think that your intentions were genuine and good, and your head is in the right place. You want to help her, and I think that you know people shouldn't bash you based on the fact that, because I feel where your intention came from, and it was from a good place. It was not from a malicious place. You weren't trying to get the bitch arrested or anything like that. You wanted her to have help. You wanted that chaos to stop for her. All those people talking to her and stuff. That's all you wanted to do, and that's a good thing. That's a noble thing. I mean, anybody wants somebody to have peace and be able to think clearly. You know,
But they're never gonna let her. They're never gonna let her.
But you have to understand, she also allows that in. Some people thrive on chaos, believe it or not. Some people welcome that kind of shit in because that's what makes them tick. That's what makes them feel important or accepted or, you know, just
I
they
swear
feel
mom's
normal.
wrong about me, though. I wasn't malicious. I cared too
No,
fucking much. I
I don't
cared
think
too
that
much.
I don't think that you were malicious at all, and that's why I called you. I didn't want you to think that. Um, I definitely saw. Not that my opinion matters. I just wanted you to know that I felt the genuineness in your gesture and what you were trying to do.
Well, just so y'all know, because everything was closed today, I have to wait on the phone call from the guy. If I don't answer it, it ends. I've done nothing yet.
But it still doesn't mean like just because nothing's being done or whatever, that something doesn't need to be done, right? Yeah, I guess we'll just
But it's
see
not my
how it plays
place.
out. But it might do you good to just not look. Right, you're right, Boofy.
You're
Right. You see,
right.
Boof, like I was telling you, like she's been very involved in Churchy's life, and so she's tried to look up these things and guide Churchy in this manner down that road of peacefulness. But Churchy just loves the chaos. She doesn't want the help. She is uncooperative when it comes to doing these things, and a lot of it she has to do herself. Nobody can do it for her. She has to make those phone calls. She has to fill out paperwork, and she refuses to, and that's her choice. That's her choice. To help somebody and want to fix, to be happy and to be better. But then, what ends up happening is it's a detriment of myself. Like I lose myself in that process of saving somebody else because then it's like, then I just feel like I fucked up everything. So don't
That's
be
how I
hard on
feel.
yourself, honey. I see that you were coming from a good place.
Hi, Sushi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hey, Leslie. I'm sorry you're sick, by the way. Um, and I I appreciate everything Sushi is saying because I'm kind of in the middle of what both of you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I it pisses me off. Churchy pisses me the fuck off. I'm just
Me
gonna say
too.
it.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of it that pisses me off is she's acting like this. She's driving and she's all, and I think that she's a danger.
Mm-hmm.
On Nicole Griggs
Mm-hmm.
and all these other people. But no,
Mm-hmm.
let's just, put baby powder on Churchy's ass and let her do what she wants. That's
Right.
bullshit. It's fucking
You're
bullshit.
right.
There's so many double standards on that. And, she wants to do whatever the fuck she wants to do. That's fine. But I think that she can't take care of herself. I think, and then I
I
hear
agree.
people saying it. I hear people who have said it's not against the law for her to not take a shower, not take care of herself, to live in filth, and all of
Well,
that is
not.
correct to
Mm-hmm.
an extent.
Right.
But
To
when
an
she's driving 100 miles 100 miles an hour down the
honey,
road,
don't cry.
scoping.
First of all, listen, I want you to not cry. You did not do anything wrong. This is what I'm going to suggest in the future. Don't ever scope anything on this app about things like that. Just don't
Mm-hmm.
do it. Because people on this app don't give a fuck about anything but drama and horrible things. People on
Brandy,
this
I
app don't
wasn't
want to see
trying.
things. Just don't
I
scope about it.
wasn't trying to do drama.
But somebody will find something to pick at you
To
about.
pick at, right.
I
And if you
mean,
have a good
whether
reason
you're
to do
doing
it and
good
make
or
that
not.
call, like just have that good reason for it. Like I'm doing this because I need fucking peace of mind. If I don't fucking call and something
She's not
happens to
doing what
her, I
anymore,
can't live with
Buff?
myself. Some people that, and then you just let it out of your life. Once you make the call, you're done.
Buff, what is she not doing anymore? Tell me.
Well,
What was the learning curve? I'd love to hear this.
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
no, she's talking to Booth.
No, she's saying, oh, please. She's Not as of when? Yesterday? The learning curve was that quick. She was driving fast yesterday. Listen, I love and adore you, Boofy, but for fuck's sake, I've had enough of this. I don't know why you're standing up for her so much, but we are definitely agreeing to disagree. Hardcore. I don't know what you're doing. I don't get it. But when she gets in a car accident, I'm gonna throw it in your face that I told you so, because you have battled everything that I've said and other people have said. You battle it and battle it and battle it. A learning curve.
But
She doesn't
can
do
I
it
just
anymore. She just did it yesterday. Are you fucking kidding me?
But don't you think that, like, honestly, like in the big scheme of things, we have to be more worried about that, like, 16-year-old that's doing that down the street more so than what Churchy's doing over there? Because we can't control either one of them, but at least
Right.
the
You're
one
right.
that's going to run us over, our pets or our kids, is right there. Like, we can't control it. And
You're
I think
right.
that's where that frustration comes from, and like why we get pissed off and, carry around the weight and
Right.
bear the
You're
burden
right.
of other people's bullshit.
Absolutely. You're right.
I'm not saying like, oh fuck it, like just oh fuck, I hope
No,
she
but I
just
mean,
drives
for
like a
some of
nut.
us,
But
no,
you
for
know,
some of us, we have to, though. For some of us, we have to do the fuck
yes,
it. You know what I mean? Because for me, I'm not going to come on here and battle people like this.
right.
I'm not.
Yes,
Because
I
if
would
people want
this
to
too.
support
I mean,
her, then
sometimes
do it.
it feels good to just like call and say, hey, fuck you, fuck your process, fuck
Yeah.
your shit, and then
It's
you
like,
just get
go
out
ahead
and then
and
move on and
support
be
her.
happy. Mm-hmm.
I can't, it's beyond I cannot wrap my head around something where this lady is banging her head on the window, hitting herself in the face.
Mm-hmm.
What grown woman does that and we allow that person to drive a vehicle? What?
Well,
And
I
that's
think it
not
was a
nonverbal
manipulative
anyway.
move for
Leslie,
sure.
can you block that? That's not John.
Oh
That he got a new account because he was banned, so that's probably Phil.
no, that's him. That's John.
I don't think that John,
No,
is
I
that
follow
you?
That
it. I follow it.
it's John.
Mm-hmm.
It's
John, I
John
thought your
Brandon.
account got banned.
It's him. He could be wrong.
I thought you said your account got banned. What the hell?
Well, that's a 39 account. Didn't you have like a 38 or a 36 or something before? I don't know.
You fucker. Go to bed, John. All right, that's all I wanted to say. I'm right in the middle of both of what you're saying, but please don't cry, Leslie.
PayPal me,
Fuck you,
bitches.
John. I can't see you.
PayPal
I'm
Well,
glad.
me.
John will come cheer you
PayPal
up,
me.
Leslie.
You want me in the scope? You PayPal me. That's the only way I
Okay.
come in the scope if you PayPal me.
I want you to go lick Churchy's foot. How about that?
Fuck
Yeah.
no.
And listen, I want y'all to
Don't
know I
cry,
didn't
Leslie. You did
do
a good.
it to be malicious. I
You
did
did
it
what you
because
had
I
to
do
do,
care.
and I support you. All right. Bye. Thanks. And Sushi, thanks for what you said. I
Yeah,
listened.
no
And
problem. No
I,
problem.
I agree. All right. Bye.
Leslie.
I feel bad
Yes,
for
John.
her.
Leslie.
Yes,
What's
John.
the matter?
I fucked up
I can't hear her. Is
and
it me?
called. I fucked up and called Adult Protective
I can
Services
hear.
and the
Can you
crisis.
hear
I
me,
can't.
John?
I can't hear. I can hear you, Sushi. I can't hear her.
Oh,
I fucked up.
well,
I'm trying to fix it.
but nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. What have you fucked up? You had an opinion on something?
No, I took it off the app.
Well, but I mean, but it's still something that's somewhat necessary. Like, you're not like, you're right and wrong at the same time, and that's what sucks. Like, I guess in the whole scheme of things, because sometimes things
Doesn't
do need
matter
to
if she
take.
took a bath,
Sometimes
whoever you
things
are,
do need
stop.
to be taken off the app. Sometimes things, when people are like harming themselves or in danger, or things sometimes do need to go there. And that's why that whole thing, like, never take it off the app, like, drives me crazy too. Like, I'm always stuck between, like, oh god, battling these different things in my own head. Sometimes things do need to. Where else were you going to take it to the app, like adult daycare down behind door number 5. You know what I mean? Like, no. You go and you ask people. And that's all you could be. Maybe you're just calling them and consulting. Hey, I'm watching this go down on the internet, and I'm curious. Is this something I should be concerned about as
No, that's
a
not
viewer?
what I did. I called to get help involved.
Great.
Now, like I said, it's like an answering service that called and they gave them all the information. And the guy that does these things is out of the office till tomorrow. So
Hmm.
it's not like I really did
You didn't
anything yet.
intend to hurt her,
But for
though, and that's the
Mott,
thing. That's where it's not wrong. You intended to help her. You intended for her to have help. You didn't intend to, I'm going to lock this fucking bitch up. Nothing like that. You see something, and isn't that what they say to us? If you see something that's wrong, report it. Because so many things in this fucking world go overlooked and people suffer. And things, crimes occur that just because somebody turns a blind eye, oh, I didn't see that fucking shit happen. And a lot of people are just less and less and less tuned into what anybody's doing because they're all on their phones all the fucking time. I don't see anything wrong with speaking up about something that you see that doesn't seem normal to you. I don't. I don't. And just because I say your opinion or my opinion or Mock's opinion or, Joe Schmo's opinion is different, it doesn't mean that you're wrong just because people are calling you out on it. Just because they spoke up and said, "Oh, well, you took it off the app, so that's why you're wrong," doesn't mean that you're wrong. All 4 different opinions could be right at the same time.
I just don't. I, I fucked up, and I don't like people thinking I'm
You
a
didn't
malicious
fuck.
person.
You didn't fuck up though. You saw something and you spoke up about it, and that's good because most people don't even fucking do that for anybody. They don't.
But Mock had a point.
But that's
There's a
her
lot of people
point.
that drive in scope.
But that wasn't your only point for call. You weren't like, "Oh, I'm calling on this lady because she's driving 100 miles an hour erratically and hitting herself." There are other points that you saw leading up to that, I'm sure, that led you to the conclusion that, hey, this is getting a little bit different now, right? It wasn't just you saw that one episode ever of Churchy and thought, "Oh, I'm going to call on this lady." You've watched her over
Oh,
time and you've put the puzzle pieces together, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And
I
you came to
didn't
a
need it.
conclusion that, hey, this is really way different. This has gotten to a different point than it was before. And I'm concerned. I'll tell you, I'm concerned too. I wonder, like, where's she
So
going?
what do? We just wait to see what happens.
Well, you can't control her. We can't control her decisions. She's chose to not tell anybody where she's headed or who she's staying with or how she's getting there, what she's doing. Um, she's chose to share the chaos of the adventure, and all we can do is choose to watch or choose not to look. That's it.
Brandy, I really haven't been watching her that much. Um, I did the scope so Mock could come in and her wheels are crafty and say what they wanted to say, and they didn't. So I just made a fool of myself. But
I don't think you
I did
did
not
though. See, that's where
do
I
it.
want you to look at that. I don't think you made a fool of yourself. I think you stood up for something that you saw that you were like, "Whoa, this is fucked up. I need to speak up about this because it's really bothering me." If you sat there and pondered it all day before you picked up the phone and you called, it was bothering you enough to be in your head that long, right? It's something that you didn't just, wake up today and think, "Oh, I think this lady's an asshole." you know, it wasn't a fleeting thought. It was something that you pondered and you thought, "Oh my God, there's something going on here." So that's what I mean. Stop beating up on yourself. Most people say nothing and things just go overlooked in this world. So I could never fault anybody who speaks out or speaks up on behalf of like another person, especially.
Hello, Leslie.
Hey,
I'm
Churches.
Tiffany.
frustrated with you, but I'm not mad.
I'm
And I'm going
Mhm.
to
sorry.
tell you what I said about Jules. there are people that go into the kitchen and cut up all the onions. Say, look what I did. And you say, I didn't need onions cut. I need carrots cut. Okay? Yeah. So
And everybody's
this
crying
is
with
what
the onion.
happens with people like you is you're in there chopping the onions when we want you chopping the carrots or peeling the potatoes. And that's what is your problem is right now you're chopping onions instead of carrots. We really could use you. You know, you're going around checking the oil in the car. Well, I need you to air up the tires. It's just you're misdirected. And the way you can help people, like me, is to sit there and be a comfort, a guide. Nag me like Mock does.
But it
Encourage us when we
doesn't
do
work,
something right.
Churchy. It doesn't work. You don't listen.
Oh, yeah? What did I
I
do?
know.
I took that lady to dinner tonight, right? I didn't have to do that. I stopped and bought a backpack. I stopped and got a meal, all right? Now, I'm facing the facts that if I go to Phoenix, I'm going to be stuck in crossing the Rockies. I will be stuck in snowstorms with no way to get across. You know what I did? I stopped and we talked. The lady actually told me this. She said, there's no way you're getting across the Rockies.
I will, Sabrina.
And she's going to have me stay here for a couple days and look at apartments. Yeah, I slapped
Yes,
myself.
Black Card Hurdle. What's your point? What's your point? That's not my fault.
It's not your fault, hon.
I left him. What more do you want?
I don't want anything from you but friendship
No,
and love.
I'm not talking to you, sweetie.
And when I slap myself in the head, it's an
Get out of
acting.
here.
I'm trained to act like. Do you understand, Leslie? It's a show. Do you really think I would hit myself to the point where I couldn't see straight? I have
I
enough
don't know,
problems
but
as
it
it
worried
is.
me.
I love you. Now, Leslie, are you feeling all right? I mean, I have a lot of people with health issues like Mama Jerry, pretty eyes, too much hurt.
I
There's
just
so
have a
many people out here
cold.
that need a little love.
I just
Yes,
have a cold.
Brandy, when I do that, it means dough, dough, dough. Ow. That last one didn't. Honey, you see, I'm not actually leaving bruise marks. I'm not hurting myself, really. It's just to emphasize dough. Ow. Yeah, I gotta quit doing that. That does ring the bells after about 6 times. It's my way of saying I'm frustrated with you.
But it
No,
worries some
Alexandra,
of
but
us.
I'm when you see me slap myself upside the head, it's just to emphasize that you're an idiot or what, whoever the person I'm talking about. But yes, I was crying at the beach today because I was so scared I was gonna fall. And that was stood there and I was so scared, because I was in that sand and I was just every step I was just so scared I was gonna make it out of there. I mean, the pain, the tiredness.
But do you understand that some of the stuff you do scares us too? Do
And
you
honey,
understand that?
I have Sherry and I have Buffy. I have Amanda there, I have Jerry, I have a lot of people. I would never self abuse again. Do you know what self abuse is? It's when a 12-year-old child is taking a razor to her arms. I've seen that. I've seen a kid brand themselves. Self abuse is when you take a knife to your arm and dig into it, or when you scratch yourself. You don't see that with me. I am so not into self abuse. My mother would bite her hand, stomp her feet. I've lived
Then
with self abuse.
why
And
do you do it? Why do you do it when you know it worries people? Why? I don't hardly watch you. I saw you slamming your head into the window and it scared me. I'm not malicious. I care too fucking much. There's my downfall. There's my downfall.
And driving 100 miles an hour is abuse?
It looked like it to me.
Will not wish karma on anybody anymore. Because karma affects your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, everybody. There was nobody on the freeway.
Listen, I'm not going to talk to the guy tomorrow, which means nothing's going to happen. But Churchy, please, please stop. You scare people. I just don't want to see you hurt. That's it. I wasn't being malicious.
I appreciate it. Do you understand that?
I don't want to see you hurt.
Is not considered self-abuse or danger. And I don't show myself driving except when I did those couple times. And I was driving very slow. Are you okay? Dear Lord, please pray.
To say something? And I'd like to speak.
No, I have good tires, hon.
Excuse me.
Now, Leslie.
Excuse
you
me.
need to do me a favor. If something is
Hello?
upsetting you like
Can you
this,
not hear me?
I can hear you, Brandy.
If something
can you hear me
like this,
Churchy?
walk away.
Excuse me.
It is not. Go find somebody like Brandy.
Okay, so you're just speaking over me then, correct?
Positive person.
So you're just speaking over me.
Go listen to Mark and
like
her cookie scopes.
Right? You're just acting like a 5-year-old. Yes. Okay. That's what I thought.
That was me. No, Brandy, I did that so you could talk.
Okay. You can act like a 5-year-old. Because
Brandy,
I was going to tell you respectfully and not
Brandy, I did that so you could talk.
I understand that. What I was going to tell her respectfully, because she is my elder, what I was going to tell you, which I knew you wouldn't listen anyway, is the way you treated my very good friend Richard was not acceptable. And you sat up on this beam and said it was a big act that you're doing. And I don't want to hear any excuses about the way that you treat people, because the way that you're treating people is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely.
And I didn't
disgusting. And I did walk away.
I
did walk away from you. Absolutely. I did walk away from you because I was there as part of your group long ago. She left. Of course she did. She's an infant. And everybody who supports her, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's disgusting. You allow her to treat people like fucking dog shit. You're okay with that because you continue to support her. And until people stand up and walk away from her, she will continue to do that. And that's why I don't respect anybody who supports her, because she walks over you like you're a fucking doormat. She will take your money and stab you in the front. Do you understand that? She'll take your supports and then who support her will come up on these beams and tell us that we're wrong. Bullshit. She just told you it's a big game. It's all an act. Well, fuck her for treating people that I'm close with, that I'm friends with, who bent over backwards instead of spending time, their own time, sat on a fucking parking lot waiting for her while she stuffed her fat face. It's bullshit.
Okay, but I didn't take the money she gets or the way she treated people into account when I made that call. I made that call for her safety only. So any of you that think I'm a drunk or a drug addict or whatever, mock, didn't even bother to come in, wouldn't let me speak in your scope. You don't know shit about me, but I'm a drunk. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know anything about you. I'm not even going to bring it up. I didn't do it to be malicious. I did it because I was fucking worried. And I made a mistake. I got y'all loud and clear. I'm sorry, okay? I cared. I won't ever attempt to help another motherfucker on this app. Out. No, I did make a mistake. I cared too much. Fuck me, I care. I don't care if y'all donate money to her. I don't care. I hate the way she treats people, but that's not why I called. She's driving 100 miles an hour. She's slamming her head. She's not taking care of her body. Her legs are swollen. She needs professional help. That's why I called. I'm sorry to those I offended. I'm sorry for those I upset. I did the wrong thing, but I had good intentions.